Why I gotta do that?
What?
You know what? You know what? No. Yes. So, what am I going to do?
Welcome everyone to the new season of Nerd Central. Without delay, let's kick it to the news. Up first, let's talk about our good pals over at Marvel and DC and the releases they had this summer. Breezing through DC first, all we had was the DC Super Pets film starring Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart as the superpowered pets of DC's finest heroes, attempting to save the day just like their owners. The movie came out to a pretty warm reception, with fans noting that it was a fun film for the family with plenty of jokes that landed for those of all ages. Moving over to Marvel now, oh boy, do we get a fair bit of content to say the least. Our first summer release was Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, in early May, which fans liked considerably for its traversal of the Marvel Multiverse. Appearances of heroes that are new to the MCU, including some that were recently acquired with the purchasing of Fox, and the unique horror elements that it implemented into its story. Marvel's next Disney Plus show was Ms. Marvel, which fans were quite excited to see as we finally got the silver screen introduction of Kamala Khan, a fan favorite due to her charming character and relatable writing. Next up, after the lightning of Ms. Marvel, comes the thunder, with Thor: Love and Thunder dropping in July to rather mixed reviews, unfortunately. While some loved the comedy and the aesthetics of Taika Waititi's latest Marvel project, others found the constant gags to be a chore to sit through, and at some points the CGI was rather lacking. But that's expected when there are at least 13 more projects the CGI team needs to get to. May Odin bless their souls. Lastly, we have She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which dropped not too long ago in August. Following Jennifer Walters, a renowned lawyer and cousin of Bruce Banner, she must go through life balancing her work, social life, and the fact that she's a gamma-field superhero with the skin tone of Shrek. Overall, She-Hulk came out to a positive reception, which continues Marvel's pretty successful lineup of shows. Moving away from Marvel, but weirdly enough not superheroes, we have Dragon Ball's latest movie being a box office hit. Dragon Ball Superhero, while having a weird title, came out swinging in the box office, earning $20.1 million US and being loved by fans the world over. The plot revolves around the Red Ribbon Army, a villainous faction Goku had dealt with many decades prior. Well, now they're back and disguising their true intentions with the creation of two androids that act as superheroes while attacking our real heroes, with the movie focusing on Gohan and Piccolo in particular. This film is also a departure from the norm in a couple ways, such as it was done in CGI rather than the 2D animation we've typically seen in other Dragon Ball media. While CGI and anime haven't had the best of relationships, fans actually like the 3D transition as it captures the look of Dragon Ball fantastically. Lastly, folks, we have some unfortunate news. As with the Warner Bros. And Discovery merger, many projects have been taken down, several of which have no other way to stream them at all. This includes hit shows like The Batgirl, Infinity Train, Mao Mao, Heroes of Pure Heart, OKKO, Summer Island Camp, and several more. This was done as Warner Bros. Can simply refund the money put into these projects, screwing over the many talented people who put their lives into these works. Well, I know we're very disappointed. Who else better to voice that than our producer, Porter?
You mother f***ing I will goddamn
Well, with that strongly worded rant out of the way, if you want to keep up with all of our nerd news, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all we got for this week of news, but stick around because we've got the hit new shows from Elijah, me, and Euler. Have a look.
Hello one and all, and welcome to the very first episode of Unboring-ing the Bestiary. I am your host Elijah Robinson, and I have been playing D&D for a long time. In that time, the center of my fixation has often been the monsters in the monster manual. Recently, though, I found that the way I implement monsters in my game is boring. I often just plop a stat block in front of my players when I think there should be a combat, and it's just a slap fight with a sack of hit points. So I wanted to change that. Every week, I'm going to deep dive into a given monster from 5th edition. So, without further ado, let us jump into the namesake of D&D, the dragon. So, what are they? I mean, we all know what dragons are. Big, flappy reptile boys with heartburn and a craving for elves. Right? Well, by my count, there are 23 different types of dragons in D&D, all with different kinds of heartburn and not all with a humanoid-based diet. So what makes them all dragons? The main thing that ties all dragons together is a love to hoard stuff. Besides wealth, different types of dragons also have other things they like to keep for themselves. The red dragon loves to collect items from those it has slain. The silver dragon, historical relics. And the green dragon, people. People? That can't be right. That can't be right. Yep, that's what that says. All true dragons also have a life cycle that takes them all the way from wormling to agent, even if it does take them 800 years. There are a lot of dragons in 5e, but to help you keep track of all these scaly boys, they've been separated into 3 categories. Chromatic, aggressive and vain. Metallic, noble and respected. And gem, aloof and self-centered. Though they all fit securely into their larger categories, each dragon type also has their own distinct personality. This, I think, is what makes dragons so much fun in D&D. They are sentient, scheming creatures with goals and aspirations informed by their culture. It's great to see what is, in my opinion, a tired old fantasy trope given so much care and attention to make your options so versatile. That being said, there is one major similarity between many dragons, especially ancient ones, that I have neglected to mention. The ability to just absolutely go to town on some heroes. First things first, their breath weapon. All dragons have one. The dragon exhales some sort of substance in a large area, and more often than not causes a huge amount of damage or a devastating effect to all the creatures in that area. A dragon really prefers to use this over its claw and bite attacks, which still do some hefty damage, but as soon as it recovers, the breath weapon is always the better choice. A smart dragon will even reposition itself to catch as many people as it can in its breath's radius. Older dragons also have legendary actions, including the tactically brilliant wing attack, which they will use as quickly as possible to knock all their targets prone and gain advantage on all their attacks. To engage a fight, the dragon will always use its frightful presence ability to get those adventurers shaking in their boots. And, more importantly, attacking with disadvantage. Thanks to Keith Amon and his book, The Monsters Know What They're Doing, for this brilliant tactical information. And that's it for this week's episode of Unboring-ing the Bestiary. Be sure to like this episode of Nerd Central if you liked it, and subscribe to KNWT for more awesome shows every week. I've been your host, Elijah Robinson, and if I haven't been burnt to a crisp by Red Dragon by the end of next week, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Oh yeah, we're starting off with a big one. Welcome to the Jukebox Meme Machine, the show where we look at songs and break down why they become popular memes. I'm your host, Tyrell Childress, and you just got rickrolled. Not that you haven't already. If you existed in the year 2008, you're probably rolling your eyes right now. And if you didn't, you're probably a child and should get off the internet immediately. Or you're a boomer and should probably just get off for our own safety. If you haven't got it yet, we're breaking down Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Richard Paul Astley was born in 1966 in Lincolnshire, England. He started making music with his band FBI, and Rick already stood out due to his voice sounding like a full-grown adult man. He met with the production trio Stock, Ike, and Waterman, and in 1987 recorded the song Never Gonna Give You Up. During studio recordings, they already knew they had a hit, but tried to keep it on the low key as to make sure no one said anything, because I guess England's best known for being snitches. Soon after, they filmed the music video in an old church. There was no stylist, so Rick packed his own clothes. And they let that boy dance however he so felt like. By the time the song released in 1987, it was an instant hit. And by 1988, it reached #1 on the Billboard Top 100. Now that's a feat that not many artists, especially artists outside of the United States, may ever see. Genuinely, this song's exceptional and a great representation of songs during the 80s. But in the age of the internet, it's most definitely known for this intro. Yeah. Now that intro is legendary due to the meme that is Rickrolling. But what is a Rickroll, Tyrell? Oh my god. Well, if you ever clicked on an enticing link, random lyric chain, QR code, or Fortnite emote, chances are you've been fooled and sent to this music video. Dude, what, they got free Robux, bro? Hold up, let me get up and... Son of a... Not only is it one of the easiest pranks ever, it's instantly recognizable that you just got played. Some of the best examples of Rickrolling come from a 2008 Scientology convention where an internet group started chanting the song at rallies. DJs at sports games would play the away team's anthem and immediately Rickroll them. It even made an appearance in the worst modern Disney movie. Don't find me on this, you know it's true. Rick Astley even won Best Act Ever at the 2008 MTV Europe Awards. And not only was he not nominated, he wasn't even there.
I'm actually just right here.
With the song already being a hit, incredibly easy to do, and instantly recognizable, it became one of, if not the greatest meme song of all time. And if you have a meme song that I should review next, go ahead and leave it down in the comments, and make sure to subscribe so you know when I review the song you suggested. But until next time, I'm Tyrell Childress, and you're listening to the Jukebox Meme Machine.
Hello Nerd Central spectators, my name is Euler and this is Fortune Teller Tech Films, where I will be going over and talking about movies that somewhat predicted or influenced technology we have nowadays. For this first episode, I'll be going over 3 movies that presented technologies that were considered sci-fi only, but now are a reality. Coming up on number 1 we have Metropolis, a silent movie from 1927. The movie pictures a futuristic 21st century where a city is governed by a powerful businessman, and the working class is slaved by robots and machines. Metropolis was the first film to ever show and predict what we now call face-to-face video calling. It shows a man dialing on the machine to tune it to talk to someone else. When he finally gets it right, he's now able to see and talk to the other man through a screen. Something that we now are extremely familiar with, and most of the times don't think that this way of communication was not always around us. The film predicts this technology that only started getting popular in the early 2010s, almost 100 years ago, and I couldn't leave it out of the list.
And just dreaming about this, dreaming about video calling, and it's real now.
In second, we have 2001, A Space Odyssey from 1968. This movie revolutionized cinema and also predicted how some technologies would work in the future. One of the most curious predictions was the portable screen used by the characters, which looks very familiar to a modern touchscreen tablet. Another interesting technology that many of us use today is HAL 9000. In the movie, HAL can talk, can help with information, answer questions, read lips, and many other commands that we're used to seeing on our operating systems, such as Siri, Google Assistant, and Alexa.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
And last but not least, we have Blade Runner from 1982. The movie introduced the viewers to a world where advertising a product was a little different than what people were used to in the 80s. The movie shows many different animated outdoor ads and billboards that felt like something really distant from happening, since there were no digital resources available for ads to be everywhere like today. What was portrayed in the movie is not much different from what we see today in a lot of cities in the world. Like at Times Square, where people are absolutely bombarded with huge interactive ads in almost every building. And that concludes this episode of Fortune Teller Tech Films here at Nerd Central. And I'll see you guys next week.
That was a taste of what this wonderful crew can do. But stick around, because after the break, we'll have even more to show.
Out of 7 billion people, each one of them has a different story.
We share our stories with family and friends.
We tell our stories through laughter and tears.
We create our stories with talents and strengths.
We survive our stories of hardships and grief.
And throughout everything we live through, we are staying for the stories.
I told you we'd be back, because up next we have the all-new segments from Lili, Caleb, and Jonas. And hey, if you like what you see, why not subscribe and ring that bell? You're not going to want to miss all we have on Nerd Central.
So, you want to be a dungeon master? Well, my friend, you're taking your first step towards greatness and towards madness. Being a dungeon master can be one of the most fun experiences of D&D, even more fun than playing the game yourself. But it does take a lot of learning and a lot of time and patience. One of the first things you need to become a dungeon master is this book right here, the Dungeon Master's Guide. The most important book you'll need. Whenever you first get it, you'll want to read through it, not thoroughly, you can just skim it, but it has a lot of very important things for you, like how to build settlements and starting adventures, or even traps and tricks to throw at your players. Another book you'll need is the Monster Manual. This book has all the creatures and beasts you'll throw at your characters to terrify them or satisfy that thirst for adventure with Death Knights or even dragons to throw at them. It is Dungeons & Dragons after all. And then another book you'll need is the Player's Handbook. While you yourself are not a player, it can help your players out a lot if you're trying to teach new people how to play and they don't have a book themselves, or you just want to help out your characters with leveling up or picking out spells or abilities. And next, onto the materials. You're going to need dice. These are the most important part of the game, and they really get the game rolling, no pun intended. The most important dice you'll need is the D20. This dice is used for all your attack rolls and other ability checks that make the game, well, what it is. From traps and tricks to throw at your players, there's all sorts of dice you'll need to use, like D6s or D10s. All of these are very necessary to the game and are the basic building block of what Dungeons & Dragons really is. Now, it also helps to have pens and pencils always lying around to write down what you need and to help fill out character sheets. Now, while you can, if it's in your budget, you can buy maps or miniatures or other fun things like that, like this DM screen I have right here, but these are also not necessary for the game, but they can help out if it's within your budget. But if you don't want to buy that much off the bat, you don't have to. You can just get these things as you evolve as a DM. These things, like the Dungeon Master screen here, helps out a lot with a lot of useful information for you as a Dungeon Master and for your players. Maps can help you put a physical realization into what you're imagining onto a board, and miniatures are just fun things to have to make monsters look that much more intimidating and terrifying. Now, these are the fundamental building blocks you'll need as a Dungeon Master, but don't ever feel discouraged as if you're not doing good enough. You don't have to be the greatest, you just have to be yourself. Everyone has to start somewhere, and everyone has to learn how to be a DM. As long as you're trying your hardest and making sure that your players are having fun with how you're playing, you'll have a fantastic time. You'll learn and evolve as you DM more and more and get more and more comfortable sitting behind the Dungeon Master screen and learning how to terrify and excite your players. You'll always be evolving and learning new tips and tricks, like through podcasts or books, or even video games that you take bits and pieces from and throw into your adventures. Sometimes your players will recognize them, other times it's great to see it just dawn across their faces. Soon, in no time, you'll be commanding battles and monsters from across the multiverses to throw at your players to satisfy their bloodlust or to terrify them into submission. From shambling zombies to twisted tree blights to even knights in shining armor. All of these and more to satisfy your players and to begin the game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, folks, I'm getting excited because right after we come back, we'll be introducing the crew members behind the excellent shows you just watched, as well as the start of the Cartoon Network Boot Camp. Stay tuned.
We are KNWT, an award-winning media outlet making new shows every week just for you. In our pursuit to bring you the highest quality content, we have been ranked among the top college television stations in the United States. Our work has been recognized and awarded by the College Media Association Pinnacle Awards and the Missouri Broadcasters Education Association. To check out these winning episodes and more, you can find us on YouTube at KNWT Channel 8.
We are Channel 8 News.
We strive to keep you informed on everything in our community on campus, as well as in our Maryville community. From news
to sports
to student life.
Katie Bird, Alexis Cooner, and Skylar Stamps with sports. For the stories that matter to you, catch new episodes of Channel 8 News at KNWT TV.
Hey, folks. Welcome to the all-new season of Nerd Central. I bet you're all wondering, hey, what's the new theme this season? Well, I won't make you wait anymore. This is the Cartoon Network Boot Camp, a series of challenges that will challenge our crew's skills, knowledge, and creativity, all based around some of the hit shows from Cartoon Network. Each week, 2 crew members will go up against each other in themed challenges, all within a tournament bracket. At the end of the tournament, the victor gets the ultimate prize, bragging rights. And hey, speaking of crew members, how about we meet them? Up first, we have Euler Posamai with Fortune Teller Tech Films.
Hey guys.
All right.
Hey Porter. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good.
All right. So, what made you want to do Fortune Teller Tech Films?
So I always loved tech films and I love technology. So I just thought it was like gonna be a good idea to maybe have a little segment to talk about how past movies predicted tech that we use today, and thought it'd be really cool to like take a look on that and just talk about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
What made you want to do Nerd Central?
Well, I really like I said, like tech stuff and like some nerd stuff related. And whenever you guys talked about that in class, I thought it was gonna be nice to maybe interact with you guys and see what we can do, fun and stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And why do you think you're gonna win Cartoon Network Boot Camp?
Well, I've grew up watching Cartoon Network as well, so I'm just gonna try to remember as much as I can and try my best.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, yeah. Great having you this season.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Up next, Jonas Pilot with So You Want to Be a DM. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Good, how's it going with you?
Not too bad.
Hell yeah. So, what made you want to do So You Want to Be a DM?
Yeah, I've kind of become the forever DM of most of my friend groups. I'm always like, so, you want to play Dungeons and Dragons? And like, sure. And then I end up like being the DM because I like teaching new people how to play. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It's just, so I decided maybe I could help other people who are interested in becoming the DM of their group instead of just another player.
Hell yeah. So why'd you want to join Nerd Central?
I'm here for practicum, but Nerd Central itself really spoke out to me because I myself am a huge nerd. So it just really spoke to me, and it's something I wanted to do, and I plan on sticking around after practicum.
Nice, man. So why do you think you'll win Cartoon Network Boot Camp?
I'm ruthless. I am just that guy. You know how Aang has the arrows that points? You know who they're pointing to? Me. Because I'm that guy. They're pointing to that guy, and that guy's me. That's all you need to know.
With that energy, you could take on the world, man.
I already have, and I will.
Well, you definitely can't say that, but super excited to have you. I'm ready to see what you're able to do, man.
Well, I'm just that guy. I'll see you around.
See you around, man. Now we have Lily Bryant with Marvelous. All right.
What's up?
Sup.
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 I'm gonna cut you off right there.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So, why'd you want to make Marvelous?
Oh, because I love Marvel. And I thought it'd be a marvelous thing to do a pack on.
That's some wordplay right there, guys.
Oh, yeah.
wordplay. It's when you
And
play with words.
I don't know if the people remember, but there used to be a Marvelous pack, so I have to continue on the legacy.
You know who's writing that studio right there? Kaylin! Say hi, Kaylin. We can't hear you. Anyways.
She said hi.
That's crazy. So, why'd you want to do Nerd Central?
I just really love Marvel, and my friends got tired of me talking about it, so I thought the folks at home can listen to me
Force
ramble.
our entire audience to do it.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
I'm excited.
So why do you think you'll win Cartoon Network?
Because I don't know how to lose. Jonas may be that guy, but I'm that gal.
Oh,
He's going down. The rest of the team going down. Destroyed.
I like it. Fiery. You gotta strangle him.
Bye!
Up next, Caleb Jones with the Nerd Review. How you doing, man?
Hi.
Hell yeah. All right. So, what made you want to do the Nerd Review?
I had no idea. Basically, I came to the practicum meeting, filled out some of the paperwork. Now I'm just here.
You know what? We're glad to have you. So,
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to have you at least.
Is that a lie?
No. What do you want from me?
I don't know. I don't know what I want for myself.
Do you know why you want? Why do you want to do Nerd Central?
Basically, Kaylin had us ordered the shows in order of what we want to do the most.
Mm-hmm.
I think I put Nerd Central second. I have no idea what I put first.
You know what?
But now I'm here, so I'm kind of glad about that. I also have freedom of control.
Yeah.
That's a mistake you should have given me.
I mean, I'll deal with it later. Fun fact, the audience at home, Nerd Central was my third choice. So I struck gold, didn't I? And you will too. Because why do you think you're going to win the Cartoon Network Boot Camp?
Oh, this is Cartoon Network?
Yes.
Are we going to do something with what happened to Robot Jones?
Maybe.
Do you know that show?
No. What happened to Robot Jones?
It's a show.
That's crazy. What happened to him?
I don't know. He just went to a school and pretended to be human, kind of like Society.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember that now. Yeah. I'm excited to have you here.
I don't know about that.
Do not doubt me. Don't gaslight me into my own feelings, pal. But I'm excited to see you. Let's do this. Get out. Up next, we have Elijah Robinson with Unboring-ing the Bestiary.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, man.
Hey, Porter. How you doing?
Good. How you do?
I'm good.
All right. So, why'd you want to do your show?
Well, I have always been really into D&D, my whole life.
Nice.
And so I also kind of wanted to do something that I had the materials for on hand, and I have almost all the books. So I don't know. I really like teaching people about the game, and I especially really like the monsters.
Nice, man. So, why did you want to join Nerd Central?
Well, it was the one that I felt fit my interests the best. I like video games, but I feel like I don't like video games enough to make a pack about them, right? And I'm not really super interested in all the non-entertain. Well, they're still entertainment, but the non. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's the one that sort of felt like it fit my interests the best.
Yeah. So why do you think you're gonna win Cartoon Network Boot Camp?
Because I'm a very reasonable, level-headed person with very normal values, and I'm a very normal guy. And I was also really into Cartoon Network, so my brain is absolutely destroyed.
Of course.
I think I really store knowledge very well, so I know a lot about Cartoon Network. Yeah.
Nice. Super excited to see it. I'm happy to have you on here, man.
Yeah.
And lastly, we have Tyrell Childress with Jukebox Main Machine. Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing, Porter?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Hell yeah. All right, so why'd you want to make Jukebox Main Machine?
Literally because I was thinking of pack ideas, and my girlfriend mentioned that I really like music, which I do. I love music. And she said, why don't you just do something on memes, because you keep showing me these stupid, crappy memes all the time. I was like, yeah, I could do that. Why not? So yeah, that's how it landed.
Hell yeah. So, what made you want to, do Nerd Central?
Literally because my friend Lauren, who is a producer as well, shout out Gen 2, they're pretty
Shout out
dope.
Gen 2.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, they're pretty awesome, right? And I saw the things that they were doing, and I was like, you know what? I think I could do that, you know, so why not? So now I'm here,
On the better entertainment pack. Yeah, shots fired. Lauren, fight me, all right? Parking lot, 2 p.m. I'll be there. Anyways, so why do you think you'll win Cartoon Network Boot Camp?
I don't.
Come on, where's your fire?
I never had it.
What do you have?
I watch Hannah Montana sometimes.
That's valid.
It's like to this day.
I mean, yeah, that was like what? Like it was like channel 70. It was like, and Cartoon Network was like channel 58.
Right. Yeah.
That's like what? That's like what? 12 channels?
Yeah, that made up most of my time. So yeah, well, when I wasn't doing that, I was just there.
Existing?
Yeah.
You know what? Every day you exist is a day that exists.
Yeah, and Jonas called me a loser earlier, and I like took that to heart. So
you know what you do with that?
That's where I'm at.
You prove him wrong, or you don't. You don't know what's gonna happen.
I think Jonas is gonna kill me.
He could.
Yeah, he probably would. It'd be brutal.
Yeah, do you see what he did before?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. He is the Avatar.
Yikes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but great to have you here. I'm glad that you're my host.
Thank you for it. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. That's all the time we have left for this episode of Nerd Central. Make sure to subscribe to the KNWT channel YouTube channel in order to watch next week's video, in which we start the first game of the Cartoon Network Boot Camp. You're not going to want to miss it. But until then, folks, stay normal.
Hi, it's me behind the table. It's me. I learned this from... Hey, don't quote me on that, I swear. Please don't quote me on that.
Oh, no! I think no, we're not.
How do you know when we're rolling?
I have no clue.